Hey guys, what's up? It's Grant Big Fruit. I changed my name from Big Cat on the YouTube channel to Big Fruit because that matches with my Instagram slash kind of what people on the streets know me as. Although I got a new nickname from the other day, Papaya Papi. So that's another thing you guys could call me, or you could call me whatever you want. I don't really mind. But that's just what you can find me as now. Um, and I just have a few things that I want to look through with you guys for uh, my vision of my channel and my content. And as I'm kind of planning it out in my notebooks, um, as I'm kind of still working a lot of things on myself, um, trying to deepen my roots right now rather than plant more seeds, so to speak. Um, so I'm trying to keep more track of what I'm doing every day in terms of either my ingestion, solid fruits or vegetables or juices, um, and my weight in the morning and when I go to bed, my number of bowel movements and what they look like or feel like even, because sometimes it doesn't feel good, sometimes it takes a while, um, and that's if you mess up with what you're putting in your body. And when I was in Brooklyn just this past Sunday, I put a lot of stuff in my body that I wouldn't usually, so it's definitely been felt today and even yesterday. So yeah, and also I really, like I emphasize, is just get in touch with nature, get outside, get some sun every day, um, spend some time with some plants. That's a new one that I'm kind of getting into. Is I've been doing a little bit of foraging of wild blackberries and um, just like smelling different plants. Sorry, I thought I heard a cat crying. Um, just little things like that. Uh, just getting more in tune with my kind of creative and kind of that mapping out mind of like the three-dimensional world. Well, however many dimensional world you think. Um, really going through all those different feelings and sensations within my body in stillness, and then moving through obstacles, moving through uh, the matrix environment, moving through the natural environment, stuff like that. Um, and let me go off my actual notes. But yeah, I'm keeping track of a bunch of things in one of my notebooks, um, just everyday stuff. The movement that I'm doing my calisthenics, so here's a cat. That's him. Be whining. Just doing my push-ups like this, and then my side-to-side push-ups, my full range of motion knuckle push-ups, where I pause, and then come up, and then I do some fingertips. I pause, come up, and I do my pistols. I usually do a seat, come up. I want to incorporate some more Hindu squats, keeping the chest high, keeping arms up, just like that. One leg you can do it too. And then pull-ups and some core exercises. I do those every day now, and they've been getting easier, so that's really good. So those are some things that I'm keeping track of, and my direction right now is kind of, like I said, focusing on what's already planted within my life and trying to cultivate that. Although I've gotten a lot of like crazy opportunities offered lately. I guess, some leaves blew out of my notebook that I put between the pages. That's all good. They want to return to nature anyways. So just focusing on some of the stuff at home, like with my family and with my room, organizing it, donating stuff, throwing out other stuff that I don't want to donate, and if someone wants it, they can dumpster dive for it. But it's just like stuff that I don't agree with anymore, that I don't want someone else really to have, because I feel like that would be perpetuating that. But at the same time, there's things that like do give some temporary pleasure, but I don't know. It's weird to think about it. It's like, should I just throw everything I have away? Because I mean, I don't agree with basically any material things in the long run, but there are those things that are good vehicles for your body at certain points in your journey, recovering from the damages that we've been given. So that's just one thing that I've been thinking about with kind of cleansing some of the junk that's around my life, and trying to keep it simple with my grocery list, just buying stuff for only a week, and then like focusing on using that and keeping the budget low. And I reduced it like a little bit from the week before in terms of my produce shopping, but then I went to New York, so that kind of throws like cost off. So just being aware of those things, how much you eat out, how much you like do that stuff. And for my channel, I'm kind of planning out a lot more of these videos, because I really want to get more good quality content to you guys. So I want to kind of show you guys what I'm juicing. And so this is like cucumber, spinach, lemon, and I had an apple ginger juice this morning, and now I'm making some raw crackers in the dehydrator that I didn't know that we had. So just like a lot of things that I think will need more time to get out to you, but I wanted to make this video to kind of show you, like, I'm still gonna really focus on these different topics, these different series I've created with the Maya tricks, with the Yahweh life, just kind of positive vibes and stuff, fruitarian life, just going through what I'm putting in my body and how I'm fasting and other things, how that affects my training, all that, how that just affects my general well-being. Pretty simple. And then I also want to get all those hardcore training videos and tutorials out to you guys. I want to get up to some really big lifts, and I want to get to some really great calisthenics and just movement flow and yoga, and really push my body and bend my body and just like show you all the things that I haven't really seen much of from other raw vegan or fruitarian YouTubers. I've seen like little bits from different people, and they're like really focused on one thing, like Mike Vlasti on the powerlifting, and Tim Van Orden on the running, and Michael Arnstein on the running, and Freely and Durian Ryder on the running and biking and all that stuff. So a lot of them are focused on those things, and I want to do a lot of different movement stuff. I'm just a very, like, I guess, all over the place kind of person, at least right now, and so that's why I need to focus a little bit on just grounding myself and rooting for myself. So all those things are going to come up. And again, like I kind of wanted to talk about before in many of my videos, is just simplifying. I don't really have the message of like, you must do this or whatever. I'm just kind of sharing what I have and encouraging you guys to try some of the steps that I've taken to simplify my life, to like really try to align myself more with something like the Essene gospel of peace, which I talked about in some of my thoughts on religion and Yahweh life, and just a lot of those things I want to really share and get somewhat like there's a YouTube channel, The Poem Dances, um, and there's this wonderful African woman who has just like all these different like ways to be minimal, and she just travels the world basically, and I think she lives in Paris or something. She travels the world with just a duffel bag of her belongings, and she's basically fruitarian and raw vegan. Um, and it makes sense because the minimalist lifestyle should be about all the things that you can have, just the essentials. It really should be the essentialist lifestyle, the Essene, the essential. I don't know if those words are related, but it would seem to be. And just like not taking in the wrong news, not taking in the wrong history or education, miseducation, all that stuff, not taking in the wrong ideas, just spoon fed from other people, really just focusing on yourself and what you can do with just essential, basic, intuitive knowledge and all those things. And that really goes down to like what you put in your body too, especially because um, it's like if you're putting in something with 20 ingredients into your body and maybe 5 of which are totally unnatural and like 1 ingredient into your body, how do you think your body will react compared to the 1 to the 20? Um, just we have so much extra that we're kind of spoon fed, and we're like, oh yeah, free food or whatever, and I'll go into that in one of my next Mayatrix videos, the illusions and the illusions of the illusions on food, and um, just all the conflicting information and everything out there. It's like really hard to filter out the bullshit unless you really are on a journey of simplification. It's not just like, oh, I'm just gonna do keto and then now I'm like, oh, this is all I have to eat, and I enjoy it because it's a lot simpler than what I was doing before. But like, still, like you can get even simpler, and you can get even more intuitive and just like free so much more space. And that's why I've had all these benefits, is because it's just freeing so much space in my body and in my soul. Um, so it's like it's just a lot of things you got to consider when we come from the matrix, which is just so many conflicting things and like just so like deeply ingrained in it. Um, so those are some other things that I want to talk about, and obviously the longevity and the quality of life, um, living a simple but divinely pleasurable and just beautiful existence. Uh, yeah, and then I want to get into some gardening, hopefully, maybe some like replanting of wild plants and all that. Just trying to get more local kind of fruit and vegetable culture in my family's gardens and everything. Not even to really think of it as a garden, but just like planting and kind of uh, connecting to those plants. So another kind of thing that I'm working on within um, myself right now is getting into that creative side of my brain and my being, is with movement and different kinds of meditations and creating crafts and art and uh, just like sound, singing. I was watching a Tony Wright video where he was talking about how uh, basically singing is an even better form of communication because it can convey even more knowledge and information than just talking does. So maybe you'll see me singing in some of my videos. Because I was in the glee club at my university, so I sang quite a bit. But it was always like a repertoire. It's not like really creative stuff all the time. It's like, it's kind of constrained, but singing can be a very fluid and very just complex way to kind of vibrate some really interesting things to other beings, to plants. They did that Mythbusters thing on this, the plant music, and I think it was like the classical music played to plants versus Metallica played to plants versus a Control. They were like, yeah, the classical music is good. I think even the Metallica was like a little bit good or something, compared to the Control or something. So that's something to look back into. They've done lots of studies on that kind of thing, like different plant emotions and whatever. There's a book I need to check out that John Rose suggested, The Secret Life of Plants. So there's a lot of books that are on my list, and even incoming from some that I've ordered, some about history and what really is the truth about that, and just different things. Because really, I'll get into it in the Matrix video, but there's a lot of things that I feel we can call into question that we have so many references to in our society, but they might not be the best references, and they might be completely false and might be completely fabricated. But that's because we've like never checked those references out really for ourselves. So just calling those things into question, but working within what you are knowing and feeling immediately in your experience, that's always important. And then versus what you want as your ideal, what you're trying to change about yourself and your environment around you. So, and yeah, I'll talk about some more like productivity stuff, just my relationships with people and how to help them and everything. I hope that that'll leak through in some of my tutorials that I give you guys. But we'll like kind of take it step by step. It's all like, yeah, there's a lot of different ways it can go, but not everything's gonna be perfect, but it'll be what I have to offer you guys, and hopefully that would be like a new perspective in some kind of way, shape, or form. So with that, I want to just show you, I have all these colors. I've been doing a little bit of artwork. I don't know if you guys can see it. So I've just been kind of doing some abstract stuff. Here. I don't know. There. So I colored to the page. I traced my hand and my foot. Just some like different things that I've been getting into. And it's okay to be different, to try something new. And I think we should be trying a lot more new stuff. We should be stimulated with the environment, this natural world, and its beauty, and its power. Because there's a lot to explore. And if we're just going to confine ourselves to routines in the matrix every single day, day after day, then you fail to realize the natural world has been so complex for millions of years, and it's just crazy the amount of information that I've gotten recently just from the natural world. And you have to use all 6 of your senses and really feel that for yourself. If you go take a nature walk and you find, just count how many species that there are of different plants and how they grow differently and all this stuff, and it's like there's a really complex, incredible world out there, and people are just asleep to it. So that's what this channel is going to be about, and it has mostly been about so far. uh, I want to get better expression of that. This video is kind of spontaneous, going a little bit off my notes, but I will get to my notes and all the things that I've been compiling and reading and feeling and seeing and smelling, touching, hearing, and being instinctive and intuitive about. So that's my spiel for today, and I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your day. Get outside, enjoy all this beautiful nature, and maybe get with some animals, watch some animals. They're always super interesting to watch, and really just enjoy that. So hope you guys do that, and I will see you next time. Love, vision, strength. Peace out.